This was probably one of the biggest mistakes I've ever done, not just in my life as a whole, but especially so for my YouTube channel. We've heard from social media, friends, family, that if we want to achieve our goals, we have to constantly think about it, constantly remind ourselves what we are chasing, create a wallpaper of your goals that you can see every day, or pin your goals up in your room on a piece of paper that you can see constantly in your every waking moment. I am guilty of that. In fact, I've done all those things I've mentioned before. I used to have this one habit of repeating the goals that I want to achieve the moment I wake up and before I head to bed, very much so like a daily mantra to remind myself on my goals. But after a certain point, instead of getting the positive effects from a daily goal reminder, I seem to feel like my goals are drifting further away from me. There are great reasons on those means that I've mentioned on reminding yourself on your goals. It serves as a daily reminder on what you are working towards, very much so that it reaches the point that you constantly think about it, almost obsessing over it. When that happens, your subconscious is tuned in such a way that you'll make decisions quickly that'll put you on that path towards your goals. And we also know how opportunities tend to come and go in the blink of an eye. In that state, we'll be sensitive to such opportunities and we'll tend to take it the moment we see. In the beginning, I admit, it has helped me achieve some of my goals. To be more specific, goals that didn't span over a long period of time. For goals that span more than a year of consistent effort, it starts to feel like it's inching away from me bit by bit without me knowing. That constant obsession over the end goal over many months or years made me lost sight of why it was even my goal in the first place. My goal of 1,000 subscribers was something that I've been chasing for the longest time. Not just for these 2 years ever since I've started this channel. I've created 2 other channels before this, and reaching that 1k subscriber count has always been a goal that I hope to achieve someday. I pondered multiple times before on why my previous 2 channels failed, and one reason has always stuck out to me like a sore thumb. Why did I even create those channels? Sure, I could think of reasons such as it being fun to create videos, to immortalize my works, or to reach 1,000 subscribers. Something that I thought sounds really cool to younger me, but none of those reasons felt right. It might for you, but for me, it felt superficial. It felt like those reasons are just reasons that I come up with on a whim if people ask me, which in fact is. And the end result pretty much shows that those channels failed because I simply just stopped posting. I lost my why. No matter how much I tried to revitalize those reasons that I've given myself to continue those channels, I simply couldn't. I simply couldn't be bothered to create videos for fun or to immortalize my works. If I want, I could still do that by selling my editing skills. So, where did I go wrong? Was it because I lost interest playing the guitar? Was it because I felt gaming was no longer fun? That's why I couldn't create any more of those content? Sure, it was definitely one of the reasons, but it wasn't the main reason. The main reason was me thinking that the end goal was everything, that 1,000 subscribers would bring me happiness. It could for a couple of minutes, but then what? Do I just stop posting videos on my channel? Do I just give myself another superficial goal like 100k subscribers? It could work for some people, but not for me. It felt so superficial, like I'm just chasing a stupid number on a screen. Over a certain period of time, I looked at those numbers and my mind just went blank. What meaning is there to this number? Why am I even putting in so much time and effort to try and move this number? All those reasons that I gave myself on a whim to try and justify that couldn't help answer them. It was probably at such a moment that I walked away from my previous 2 channels. But this channel felt different. I thought back about what I've always wanted in life and learned that giving back to others, adding value to strangers' lives, gives me an unspeakable kind of happiness. I felt like there's meaning to my life and that my reason to be here isn't just to lead life, which to others could sound great, but not for me. Some people may think that couldn't be right. Is there really such people that actually genuinely cares about others? I get that. I used to be someone that only cared about myself. I used to not be bothered with other people's lives because why would I? We are all self-centered creatures, and as much as we don't want to admit it, we would always care more about ourselves than others. But at a certain point, after being a self-centered kid that only cares about going home early and play video games, hide myself in my own little cave watching anime, I looked at myself in the mirror and at my dirty and messy table, and I was like, this couldn't be it. Life is so much more beautiful when we are helping those around us, impacting lives, helping others to see more of what life has to offer. And when I saw that, I felt a strong pull to continue this channel, not just from within myself, but from those that watch my videos. The numerous comments that I've received on how much my video has helped them opened my eyes, and it left me this thought: wow, a stranger's life from across the globe, his or her life, changed for the better because of my videos. When I looked at it this way, at the reason as to why I'm even creating all these videos, it gave me way more drive and motivation to continue. Chasing that 1k subs could work for the first couple of months. I could research on viral topics that I could talk about to try and get the most views, and that would pretty much be how I would be working on a daily basis, chasing virality, chasing a stupid number on a screen. But when I chase after this thought of how I can provide some sort of value to others through my stories, provide a glimmer of hope, or to make others feel something, I feel that's where the results started taking off. And you can pretty much see that for yourself on this channel. I started to become more authentic, more true to myself, to share my true vulnerabilities in hopes that you relate to someone out there and to give them a shimmer of hope to push through in life, just like how I did. I felt that this is the true way that will actually help you reach your goals. To obsess over the why, obsess over why you're even doing what you're doing, obsess over the value that you can bring to others instead of a stupid number on a screen. That 1k sub or 100k sub is not going to do you or anyone any good. It's a great feedback system to let you know how much impact you're doing. But if you want to reach your goals, to stay consistent long enough for fruits to bear, isn't for you to obsess over the end goal. Just like how you'll crash if you keep staring at the GPS instead of looking at the road in front of you. Obsess over the process, obsess over the why, and one day, your obsession will one day come true.